Lauren Anderson, L-A-U-R-E-N, Anderson, S-O-N. I want to express my support for the NAACP's historic resolution. To offer some context, I began my teaching career in New York City. I've since worked as a teacher, educator, and researcher in Chicago and Los Angeles, the latter for quite some time at UCLA and USC. I now serve as the chair of the Education Department at Connecticut College in New London. I've long been an advocate for public ed, the students public schools serve, the teachers who strive to do right by those young folks. These experiences, years of study, have shown to me that charter schools on the whole are exacerbating inequities on multiple levels. To be sure, some are wonderful places for young people. And to be sure, some employ wonderful educators. In fact, my most recent research project focused on a tremendous group of teachers who are knocking it out of the park for kids, and not just on test scores. I mention these things to put my unflinching support of the resolution in context. I understand the complexity of this issue and the many good people embroiled in it. And yet I'm confident that a moratorium on the expansion of privately managed charter schools is the most ethical and necessary step forward at this moment. On the whole, we've heard it already, charter schools perform no better and often worse. The Mathematica Study, Credo, Civil Rights Project, Brookings Institute, in comparison to their public counterparts, insofar as a number of indicators are concerned: achievement, graduation rates, retention of teachers, rates of suspension and expulsion. Many of them offer students a subpar and more segregated education, oftentimes oriented more towards control than sort of critical thinking, creativity, which explains in part, right, why charters are not popping up in suburban and affluent districts, right? And they pop up where they do, drawing resources away from neighborhood public schools. We've heard a number of the reasons why that hurts communities in a lot of different ways. As a teacher-educator, I can also tell you that many of the students I've worked with who've gone on to teach in charter schools have, as the research would sort of indicate, faced really trying working conditions, inadequate support, unsustainable expectations. Some have been party to things that have made them feel really terrible about themselves: mismanaged funds, corruption, drill and kill teaching, excessively punitive discipline. This has led to burnout, in some cases attrition, including among new teachers of color who have come into the field oftentimes without certification. They're not set up right to succeed and gone into charter schools and have ended up leaving the profession, which we know is the absolute opposite thing from what we most need. Finally, of course, there is the underlying issue of privatization, that much of what is propelling forward the charter movement is a set of private interests that stand to profit most from the movement's expansion. So, for example, we know as of 2014, 1 in every 4 charter schools in the country received startup funds from the Walton Family Foundation, which has now, as of January, pledged $1 billion in the next 5 years to spend on charter schools. This is a turning away from our commitment to a public institution and an investment in kind of realizing the potential of that public good, which we've never fully done. I concede that, absolutely.
Please close out.
Of course. So I would just say that, the moratorium on the expansion of charter schools and the call for more responsible oversight, it is not a call to close down great charter schools. It's a demand to do right by the ones that we have, to improve those, and to improve all regular public schools.
Great job.